What's up? We're Sun-Out Conspiracy, and you're watching Lindsay Klein's Homegrown Spotlight.
My name is Lindsay Klein, and welcome to the DHA Homegrown Spotlight with Spinn. Man, you are lucky to have these three fine ladies. No offense to you guys, but dang. Beautiful women, and they can sing, and it's so good to have you guys back. They actually came on my blog years ago, and they did an interview when we started this, one of my first bands. So now they have some amazing music, and they're back, and they're performing. So check out the below video with them doing an acoustic performance. So Spinn is like, we're karmically connected. I don't know if you guys know this, but I spin sugar is what I call like my DJing when I DJ out. Megan has supported. I call it spin sugar. You guys are Spinn, and where did you come up with Spinn?
It's me and Stephanie's last name is Spinner. So we just
Sisters.
bounced off the last when we all got together when we started playing with Meg in high school. College. When we started playing Yes, it's part of my life that's missing. When we started playing with Meg in college, we just started cutting off the last ER, and that was it.
Okay.
But it sounds cool because record spin.
No, I'm a big fan.
Everybody thinks it's so ingenious, but it's really not.
So you three together have been playing. I mean, you two sisters have probably been singing together since the bathtub. But the three of you were the initial part before you added on the gents. And how long?
In May, I think it might be 9 years. For together, all of us together.
Aw. So you've come a long way. I mean, even in the 2 years since you were doing just the interview with me, you guys have been doing a lot.
Yeah.
And all right, so I have, I think, 2 albums from you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And is that it, or is there more missing?
We're starting to write for another, but we'll see.
Very
about
cool.
that one. Yeah, maybe sometime.
Let's talk about the 2 albums that you've done. What have you learned from the first to the second, and what went into the writing? Is it you guys do it yourself? Was that a lot of questions?
Yeah. No.
I talk a lot.
Well,
I'm a DJ.
For the first and second, I think they were really, the first album kind of took us our whole lives to write, and the second album just kind of we were on we had like a record kind of thing going on, and they kind of wanted us to do a little more radio, and we sort of did that, but not really. Like the hooks are a little more catchy for the second one, because we kind of had like a theme to it, but only for a few. Regret on the Rocks and A Little Crazy were just us by ourselves, but like Addicted, Quicksand's on there, and Shine is on there too, which we don't love that one. That one was strictly for that idea, like to get like a hit, and you can really see it on like a washing machine, like, what was,
Like a commercial?
Yeah, like oh god, like a washing machine commercial for like stains and stuff, because the line is "I shine brighter without you," so it's like literally, it's like really cheesy. It's very
there you
cheesy.
go.
Yeah.
So when you guys write your music, is it all of you together? Is it the sisters do one? Is it Meg? Is it who comes in with the ideas?
Me and Cher sort of start off with it. Meg, a lot of times when we're stuck, will give us. She's good with like themes and stuff, or like good, nice like one-liners. She'll like throw in there.
Songwriting, not so much my thing. Like, if you need someone to write a paper, or maybe just like a catchy one thing.
And then Steve D has been working with this album. He's been working a lot on the music with us. He's even like melody lines and stuff, which is awesome. It's cool to have somebody else's perspective, and then we bring it to Dominic, and he kind of throws his flair on it.
Plays his box.
Yep.
So, I know. So do you guys do a lot of acoustic gigs, or are you mostly electric? What would you say? I mean, because this was awesome today, and your harmonies are just insanely beautiful. In fact, our sales manager came in to see who they were. Take that mic.
We rarely do actually like acoustic things unless we're doing a cover show, which we also rarely do, except for up here because everyone on the lake wants to hear covers. So we actually recently played at where I work at the tavern, and we did it with Dominic's box because there was no room for drums. But we rarely play without drums, and now we've actually even been incorporating like electric guitar into our sets more. So Steve, when he can, switches out in the middle.
Yeah. A lot of fun. It changes.
Yeah, it gives it a different. Yeah.
So besides the J-Town when you were acoustic, where do you really like to gig out?
We love Rockwood Music Hall in
Okay.
the city, right on.
You knew right away. She's like, I love
Love it.
It's
Well,
amazing.
It took us a long time to get in there.
Yeah.
And we got in there, and now we want to play there every day of our lives. We're on the smaller side. We're trying to work our way to the big side soon, hopefully.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So how would you describe Spinn's sound? I know it's
Really hard question. I feel like
every-
a lot of bands probably have a problem with this.
Nobody
one.
can answer
Yeah,
it. That's
because,
why I
you know,
ask it.
You try.
I like to really mess up the interview.
like dead silence, crickets everywhere.
We sound like them
Yeah.
and them. That one, I picked that one. Zeppelin
Definitely, we're totally Zeppelin.
with chicks.
We do a lot of harmony, so a lot of people associate us with the Dixie
Wilson's,
Chicks. Three
yeah.
girls, Wilson Phillips. We got a lot. Some Sheryl Crow thrown in there.
'Cause you're girls that can
Because
sing.
we're girls, We actually think that maybe a little bit of 90s alternative rock, because that's kind of what we grew up listening to.
Okay.
Maybe like Gin Blossoms in our lyrics and Wallflowers, Tonic, all that stuff. But, Steve D plays a lot of like peachy stuff when he writes. His stuff is, very, what would you say?
Kind of lean towards like the folk side of things. Sort of.
You do, okay.
Like I get
Folk
like
rock,
a lot
yeah.
of like Neil Young and Bob Dylan.
Okay.
Inspired my writing, so I kind of threw that in with,
Yeah.
with their songwriting too.
90s alternative meets Bob Dylan with
girls.
chicks. Yeah, I know.
Kind of doesn't make sense, but maybe it works.
Yeah, well, you spin a lot into the equation.
We throw our own spin on it.
There you go. So you have new material, you said, to make another album. And what would be like your next immediate goals? Do you guys ever want to get in like a van and go and make an album and tour that album? Oh, they were really on top of that. Okay.
We had summer.
Oh,
Got
good.
to Cleveland, all of us. In a van.
It was fun, actually.
It really was.
Quite well.
Cleveland
good.
is an interesting city.
They're very receptive to music, though, which is awesome.
They definitely are.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
So would you say the internet is definitely helping get your music out there, and then you go to these cities where you see responses? Cool.
It definitely has. We haven't perfected the whole social networking thing.
Who has?
Working on it. We'll see someday.
You learn who your audience is, yes. Well, speaking of that, where can our listeners find your music on the World Wide Web?
You can download A Little Crazy and She Was Heartache. That's our first album. You can download both of those on iTunes. You can buy the CD. If you're a collector like we are, you can get them at cdbaby.com. And then it's going to be available. Our website eventually will be up, spinnmusic.com, and they'll have streaming music and all of our little pop-ups. Yeah, Facebook. You can go to Facebook, Reverb Nation. all those.
And Instagram.
And Instagram. See our faces on Instagram.
It's
Not
just another
spin
tool.
with two N's, then it's spin music.
Right.
Sometimes people.
That's true.
Word.
So, are you guys DIY, by the way, or do it yourself? I just like LOL'd. I'm just kidding. Everybody says DIY. That's like the only abbreviation that I'll use. I'm old, man. No OMG here. It is ha ha ha. Sorry. Are you do it yourself, or do you have a manager?
We're basically do it ourselves. Yeah.
Okay.
We just started working with the manager, and she's very honest. It's awesome. She tells us like, oh, you haven't done anything from Spinn recently, or like, hey, you have to do some like more Twitter or whatever, which is cool because it's somebody to remind us to do that stuff.
Right.
We get so involved in like the music aspect
And
where
living
we-
your life.
Yeah, that we forget. But yeah, we're doing it ourselves with help.
Gotcha.
Do it
Okay,
yourself
cool.
/H.
Well, I asked bands, you guys have been playing for a long time, the three of you, and I'm sure you guys have been in other projects as well. For an original artist just starting off, what piece of advice would you guys tell them?
Well, I mean, don't be nervous. That's the thing. Don't be nervous to get your name out. Don't be nervous to just be like, hi, I'm Stephanie from Spinn. Spinn, remember Spinn? It's Spinn. Like, just because
Did you say spin?
yeah, I did actually. Did you hear it? Because I said it 4 times.
Brand yourself.
Yeah,
Very
brand
good
yourself,
point.
and don't be afraid to be like, hey, listen to my CD. It's kind of good. Like, because it took us a really long time to get there, where we were kind of putting ourselves out there more than just being like an email like, hi, I don't know if you want to. If you want to, you could go to our website. If you don't want to, that's okay.
because you're so nice.
Now we're kind of like, hey, we think you'd really like this. It goes with your, say your venue or like stuff like that. We're kind of like more like, not pushy about it, but like
Comfortable in your own skin.
Break out of our shell.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be nice for someone as an artist just to go out with that in your head. I'm awesome, and you want to listen to me, and then I don't care if you don't actually, because you're gonna.
Be aggressive, but be nice. All right, cool.
nice.
Well, it was awesome having you guys, and you, and thank you so much. Spin, check them out. Spin.